Ever try to fix your English by memorizing endless word lists or drilling grammar rules? Yeah? How's that working out for you? I used to think that that was the only way to learn a language until I realized that I was spending hours trying to study about the language instead of actually using it. You know, my time at Maine Maritime Academy, maybe a couple of decades ago, taught me the value of hands on practical learning, applying theory immediately, whether in navigation, engineering, or other subjects. It made even challenging topics and subjects like trigonometry and calculus easier to grasp because they were always connected to real world tasks. Pretty cool, right? Speaking English works the same way. Just like at the academy, where applying theory in real situations made learning stick for me, you don't need a complete shutdown for study mode. You need small, smart tweaks you can use right now in real conversations so you can actually start using it. So today, I'm going to share practical English speaking hacks that you can start using instantly to boost your fluency, clarity, and confidence without adding hours of study time to your week, because you don't have time for that. And don't forget to stick around to the end for the Mastery Minute. I've got an idiom that perfectly sums up the idea of improving bit by bit or little by little. Let's jump into it. And if you got questions, drop them in the chat. I'll gladly answer them at the end. Or maybe you got some stories. But let's jump in with Priya. Priya is a project manager in Singapore. Smart and organized, good with her English, but in meetings she often hesitated. She searched for words or repeated herself. She thought the solution was more grammar study, but instead I coached her with a few small changes. Things like preparing key phrases before meetings, practicing quick pronunciation fixes on her commute, and swapping out vague words like thing or stuff for more precise alternatives. And within a month, her colleagues said, "You sound so much clearer now." And that's the power of small, targeted hacks that you can do too. So, before we dive in, let's connect the dots from Priya's story. The small, focused changes she made are exactly the kinds of strategies I'm about to share with you. They're simple, practical, and designed to fit into your real life, not just the classroom or the textbook. So let's jump into it. You know, most people jump into English cold, like showing up to run a race without stretching, with the shoes untied, and no idea where the starting line is. I mean, imagine walking into an important meeting with your voice still sleepy, your muscles stiff in your mouth muscles, and your brain is still translating instead of actually thinking in English. That's why you need a warm-up. So before calls or meetings, take 2 minutes to read something aloud that's based on the topic you're going to be talking about. It could be a short news article, a LinkedIn post, or even an email draft or something. So that's the first part. Speak out loud. Do it out loud. Next, stand tall or sit up straight. Focus on clear pronunciation. Really make those mouth muscles move. Move your mouth. And when you do that, you will feel your voice waking up and your breath settling in and your mind shifting into English mode. So why does this work? Well, it's simple, because you enter the conversation ready and focused and already in flow, not rusty. You don't want to come in all squeaky and rusty like the Tin Man. Okay, number 2, anchor your key phrases. Think of these like conversational lifelines. Instead of trying to memorize an entire speech, which can kind of feel like walking a tightrope without a net, focus on preparing 3 to 5 short, reliable phrases you know you'll need. Picture yourself in a meeting. Papers are shuffling, the eyes are on you, the moment is coming for you to speak. So having your anchors ready is like having a sturdy railing to grab onto. So you can use things like, let's get started with, and then jump into it. Can we circle back to? Or what are the next steps? Simple things to help you anchor and not have to think as much. So why does this work? Anchors help to keep you grounded under pressure. They boost your confidence and prevent awkward pauses or awkward silences or difficulty thinking of what to say next. 3, make quick vocabulary swaps. So think of this like upgrading from a blurry camera to a high definition camera. You're still showing the same picture, but now every detail is sharp. In English, small vocabulary upgrades can actually change how professional and clear you sound. So try this. Instead of saying something like thing, say issue or topic or tool. Right? You wouldn't want to come in and say, oh, the thing we were working on is fixed. Well, that just sounds weird. What the heck are you talking about? Thing is also very, very vague, whereas issue is more precise. It's like, okay, the issue is the problem or the topic or something. Okay. Instead of fix, like the issue was fixed, you can say resolved or repaired or adjusted. Right? Instead of good, you can say effective. So everything's all good now. Say the solution was effective. The resolution was efficient or valuable. So why does this work? Well, it's simple. Because precise words paint a clearer picture in your listener's mind, making you sound sharper, more confident, and instantly more professional. So I want you to imagine listening to someone speed through a story so quickly that your brain is still stuck on the first sentence while they've already finished the third sentence. I mean, can you relate? Have you ever heard a situation where you get stuck because you're trying to keep up and the other person is just speeding along? Well, that's where pauses come in. We talked about pauses in a previous episode. Pauses are like road signs for your ideas. They tell your audience where to slow down, where to pay attention, and they let your words sink in. So when can you put a pause? When you finish a key point. Take a breath. Look around the room or at the camera and let the silence do some of the work. That really is a very effective way to present a speech or something like that. Use silence to your advantage. It will definitely help you to show that you have authority and helps your message to get across. Another trick here Instead of just pausing, pause. Maybe make eye contact with a specific person. Look around the room. You're looking to see if people are understanding you. So you can ask questions like, what questions do you have? Or do you need me to clarify that? Or something like that. Okay? Next one is practicing micro reactions. So fluency in English isn't about crafting big and impressive sentences. It's also built into the tiny moments in between the sentences. Think of a conversation like a game of catch. If you just stand still and hold the ball, the game dies. But if you toss it back and forth quickly, naturally, the energy keeps going back and forth. That's why I talk about things like the AAA rule and asking lots of questions. You can see that in my Hidden Conversation Hacks course. Micro reactions help you to encourage continuing questions. You could say, really? That's interesting. You're encouraging someone to keep talking. Oh, I see what you mean. That's a good point. Native speakers use these types of things constantly. It shows that you're listening. It shows that you're interested. It encourages the other person to keep talking. And it helps to keep the conversation flowing. It helps you to build rapport. And it makes you sound confident and interested and involved. So try that out for yourself. Okay, your challenge. Pick one hack from today's list and use it every day this week. Come back and tell me in the comments how it changes your conversations. Now is a great chance for you to ask questions, because in a few minutes, or in just a minute, I'm going to go into the Mastery Minute, my favorite, and we'll talk about that. And look, if you want to improve your English without boring grammar drills, memorizing your vocabulary, you're going to want to check out my course, Mastering English for Busy Professionals. Just 10 minutes a day to train your brain to think and speak naturally in English. It's true. It works. And now it's time for the Mastery Minute. I knew it. It was coming. Here we are. We're moving a little faster these days. All right. Today's idiom is little by little. Picture a mason laying bricks for a great wall. He's not in a rush. He's not skipping corners or cutting corners. He's placing each one carefully. And at first, it doesn't look like much. But as days pass, the wall takes shape. And that is the essence of this idiom, little by little, making steady, deliberate progress until the result is undeniable. This comes back from the 16th century. It's rooted in the idea that small, repeated actions lead to big results over time. And this is perfect for any task that you do. If you practice little by little, it improves. For example, she improved her presentation skills little by little, practicing one tip each week. Yeah, there you go. And it is a perfect image to keep in mind for learning a language. You don't master English in a single leap. You build it layer by layer. Just like the hacks you learned today will help you build up your English practically layer by layer. Practice little by little. Okay? And that is all the time we have for today. Can you believe today is episode 50? That's it. 50. Amazing. I can't believe I've been doing this for 50 episodes. And today we talked about 5 simple hacks that you can use to boost your English speaking skills, plus a cool idiom to describe your progress. And next time, we're going to talk about ways to boost your vocabulary with fun, everyday business English phrases you can start using right away. And if you found this episode helpful, I want you to do me a favor, hit that like button, share or subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another episode, and be sure to share this with anyone who's trying to improve their English skills or their general communication skills. Maybe you speak English well, but you're just not used to communicating. That's what we talk about here. So it looks like there's no questions in the chat, so I must be good at explaining things. I'll see you on Friday, same time.